Hey there, Grumpy. You know what I want to ask you?
What's that, babe?
Why do we stick with Star Citizen through all the lost inventory, the bugs, the crashes? Why do we do it?
Hmm. Wow, babe. What a question to ask. I guess it is probably because I don't know any other game that has so much to do, so much potential, and it's so enjoyable and so beautiful to look at. Um, but yeah, it's been a rough journey. What do you think about that?
Honestly, sometimes I've been ready to throw my monitor across the room, but most of the time it's just like, oh well, it's alpha. And coming from a software development background, I know what alpha means, and I know why they're classifying it as an alpha. And I don't know, it's just like when we first started out, me a lot more recently than you, but all we did was mining. And it was awesome. It was a great build. It was like 3.9, I think was the first good build, or 19. I don't remember which one it was, but it was so good and we made so much money. And then it went away, but we didn't stop playing. We just picked up on something else and we had a lot of fun with that. And for me, it's just kind of like there's so many different things to do and so much to explore, things that, although we're a manufacturing org, there's still so many other things we can do besides manufacturing.
Yeah, my. I mean, you're talking about the old glory days of 3.8 when I remember that it was a December build and the mole came out and we were in shock and awe, because we were doing prospector mining, back in the day. But yeah, being an industrial guild, it's certainly great because let's be honest, I mean, you spend all that time in the industrial grind and then you just, I don't know if you crave something else to do as much as you just want to have something else to do. And lately, I mean, maybe we should do that. We'll do a quick rundown on some of the things that you can do now in the game that you never could before.
Okay, because I think we've done a fair share of them. Maybe not all of them, but we have done a fair share. And especially now, things have gotten so much better in so many different areas, or at least become more available. And one of the things that, you know, I think is overlooked is all the different variety of things that you can do. You know, what do you think about that?
Sure, I mean, let's do a rundown. So there's cargo hauling. That's been around for a long time, but they actually made that more interesting, right? They came out with the new Red Wind line missions. So they mixed FPS with cargo hauling, which makes things really interesting in a lot of ways. They have the static missions. I mean, I can't even remember a time when I could go in and look at missions for hauling, and there are over 40, 50 different choices depending on your rep. That alone, let's talk about that. there's actually good reason to grind rep now because it stays with you patch to patch. You're not having to start over from zero anymore.
Yeah, that's for sure. And I never thought, and I admit, like, from a hauling perspective, I'm good for maybe 2 or 3 missions before I get absolutely like, that's it, I'm done. But the Red Wind stuff is fun because I can shoot too. So that adds a little variety and a little more action. And yes, um, the SCU is a lot smaller, so the grind is a lot longer. But now you have progressed your rep so that you're up to Hull C missions now, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it was a long, hard grind. Our buddy Tank just made it to master yesterday.
Did he really?
He really
Oh,
did.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Indeed. So, but again, so that's the hauling side of it covered. There's still salvage out there, and yes, I know 4.3.2 is about to drop. We're a couple days away from Citizen Con. Very excited about that. Really very excited. But they're making some changes to salvage, which are leading to the crafting system being a lot closer to our hands than we thought. So mining is going to become more important. The gathering, collecting of materials, and, so that's going to change things. But I mean, and we've got a new guild member, new org member, Ghost Rider. I mean, he's trying to get some hauling missions done, and it's just that's such a different, small change, but it made such a big difference to when you're looking at all the different missions. What are there? How many? Now,
Oh, I have no idea.
dozens of them, right?
Within what? The hauling?
Yeah,
Or
different places you can go, different cargo runs you can do, and that's just hauling. That isn't including doing free trade.
right.
Yeah, I mean, and now 4.2.3 is coming out, and that has a massive change to salvage and mining, potentially, because they're getting ready for the crafting system. So all that ore we used to turn our backs on and throw away, it may become your new moneymaker.
Exactly. And we've been talking about that for years, about how it's going to be really weird when we're out mining and we're looking for iron and we're looking for I want to say conundrum, but I know that's not it. And we're looking for all those quote unquote weak ores that normally we would just bypass completely.
Absolutely. I mean, so that's that part of it. They're starting to tweak and make changes to salvage. They made a major change to the reclaimer. Gave it a cargo grid, made the back entrance to it a lot more accessible for us to be able to drop cargo out of the back of it. So a lot of that's, again, to the casual observer might seem very small, but it's very important changes.
Yeah, but back to the original question.
Why do we put up with it? Wow. Okay. It's hard.
Yeah, because it's very easy to just talk about all the new stuff that's been changing and everything, but there are so many people out there that are, so frustrated with a lot of the bugs that are out there. But for me, I mean, I've been playing, I don't know how many years, but I'm not looking for something that's 100% polished. This game is amazing. And even if the whole world was like a big bug and all you could do was fly, right? and none of the missions worked, and none of the manufacturing ships worked, I would jump in my Phoenix, where we're sitting right now, and I would go out to a planet and just walk around. And it's so beautiful. Even Hurston, we were on Hurston the other day, and it's just so beautiful. And I see where Sig is going with this, and I see why they're putting out what they're putting out, yet at the same time keeping the ships going so they can maintain money, right? And keep income coming in. And it's just exciting because there's so many things that they have progressed on that are not necessarily visible to the player, but have had huge effects on how the game is played and the stability of the game. Like, what's a 30K? You rarely even see those anymore, you know?
No, it's true. I'm sitting here chuckling it never even occurred to me, but I'm looking at what you're wearing while you're just talking about that. You're wearing your vaporware gear.
Mm-hmm.
And coming from the software development background, like yourself, that's usually a derogatory term used for something that doesn't exist. A great marketing story with no bones. And I know a lot of people, there's a lot of folks out there. And maybe this is the question. So if you're a returning citizen, or you've been on the fence, you've watched some videos and you think Star Citizen's a scam, I can assure you, I've been playing since 2016. So my first experience was, getting in a demo. Well, I've been backing since 2016. I think I've been involved in it since 2013. But this game is solid. It has plenty to do to keep you busy. Between, again, the couple of industrial loops that we just talked about, you can go out and mine by hand in caves. You can take a specialized mining vehicles now out and mine on the planets. You can just go explore freely. And then there are all these other mission archetypes that are out there, but the game has plenty enough to keep us busy. And that's coming from two people who have played this for long enough to know good code from bad code, sloppy release management, regression testing, all of that. It's difficult to overlook sometimes, I'm not going to lie. Like, I've spent the last 2 days without a hanger because of a crash that happened while they pushed a hotfix, right? And I was down in the dumps. We were going to record this video 2 days ago, but we couldn't because of what was going on. And now it's back, and can breathe a sigh of relief. But that's what Star Citizen is to us, to me anyway. It's a living, breathing thing. It's not just a pixelized version of us floating around in a make-believe universe.
I think that in some ways it is a universe for me. It's a place that I can go to where I can be something that I could never be in real life, right? So, and it's not out of the ordinary, like, not really, but like, I can go, like this morning, I went to flight school, to Gilly's flight school, right? Because I want to enhance my ship combat skills in order to support the org. And if I'm not able to protect an org member or myself when I'm in a ship, then that makes me a liability for the org, especially having such a small org right now. So, but that was fun. And that's something like I would never do in real life, number one. It wouldn't be my first go-to in Star Citizen, but it's that community that you want to protect and be a part of. And if you can't do or are not skilled, minorly or basically, I would say, basically skilled in all the things that happen in the universe, then you're not going to survive.
Yeah, and that's a whole nother example. I think new players and returning players need to just get some time in the verse. They need to explore what's going on out there. Being a member of an org is probably the easiest and best way to do that, because it really eliminates a lot of those frustrations, like, I know a lot of people are watching people solo speed run the Onyx, but when you see our Onyx runs, they're long, slow, and painful, because we want to see everything that's in there. We want to explore that whole place. We're not just running trying to get armor. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's another style of gameplay. But we're not, it's not our cup of tea, if you will, or what we're mostly interested in doing. But I would just say, if you've had a poor experience in the past with the game, give it another try. Prove us wrong, because we're at a point where I cannot say that I can log into this game and claim I'm bored and everything is rinse and repeat and there's nothing to do.
I agree 100%. And I have always been a very on again, off again Star Citizen player. And I just find over the last month or so, all I've wanted to do is come in and play. And yeah, you still hit bugs, but there's not one game out there, production level, pre-release, early access, there's nothing out there that does not have bugs. And this game is just phenomenal. It's like another world. And for the most part, the citizens that play this game are good. And they're welcoming, and they want to take you into their org and take you on assignments and take you on missions and show you how the verse can work. And it's just, I don't know, I think it's great, and I think that's why I'm sticking with it. And I don't look at what's wrong with the game, I look at what's right. I look at what they've provided us based on, compared to when I first started. This is like a whole different place with so many fun things to do, and Onyx is just a riot. I love doing that. I love just starting. I'm doing bunker missions now. I'm flying all the ships from this tiniest ship to the biggest ship I own, and it's just fun. What's not fun is getting killed when you're going into a station, but that's part of the game.
Well, yeah, but that's fun too, right? So, there were things that happened. The emergent gameplay, previously undocumented features, the glitchiness, the jank sometimes. It's all fun, but you can't take it too seriously, and that's part of the problem that I get caught up in, because I so love this game and I want more from it. And I can lose my focus on the fact that it's meant to be enjoyable, and when it's not, we've got a lot of other indie titles we can go play. And look at how those are, what you just stated. Our Steam library is full of early access games and full of polished, finished games that have been out for decades, and they still need patching and they're buggy, and you got to use workarounds and all that craziness. But at the end of the day, I have so much enjoyment playing this game with you, playing with our friends, exploring together, seeing things for the first time together, which we've been doing a lot more of lately, right? From the Onyx missions to the asteroid bases. Hell, we've spent almost as much time in Pyro as we have in Stanton, right?
Yeah. And I'm looking forward to Nick's. As scary as it sounds like it's supposed to be,
yeah,
I still want to go out there. I got to see Elson. I miss him. I miss Levski so much. And I can't wait to get back there, even if I die 10 times trying to get there. I just can't wait.
me either, babe. And you know what? Hopefully that'll be very soon. But
I know.
I'm glad that we had this chat because, again, I just wanted to put it out there that I think that over the years there have been a group of people who have become so angry they didn't get exactly what they wanted, exactly when they wanted it, and they have become loud and noisy, but their voices are starting, it appears anyway, starting to be replaced by the people who are coming back in and they're seeing the game again and they're blown away with how much has improved, how playable it is, how we can be on. I recorded 6.5 hours of gameplay and we had no crashes, no server errors, no significant problems. And then I had to whittle that down to a 30-minute video, right? That's how that goes. But look, and speaking of which, Vala just logged because of keyboard inactivity. And that's funny.
My bad.
That's funny, right? So let's see if she can log back in and be sitting right near me. And that's another new thing, you know. The game used to log you out and you would be, you know, you'd be lucky if you wound up in the same server, you know. Now, when you log out, as long as somebody else is still connected to that shard, you log right back in doing whatever it was you were doing. And that's amazing. Gee, that might have to be our B-roll footage.
Yeah.
But it's honestly, it is something that I've been saying it in our videos, how much fun it has been, how enjoyable it's been. And I mean, even down to how we're operating, doing our bounding Overwatch when we do our FPS missions, it adds a layer of, I guess you would say, oh, you're in your hangar, huh?
Yep.
All right. Well, I guess that's where we'll wrap up on this one, folks. But I hope you've enjoyed our little chat because that was really the purpose of it. And
I think the bottom line is, through all the little issues that happen, you know, it's still worth it. I mean, look out that window. We're by Magnus, and look how beautiful that is. It's a beautiful place to be, and it's a fun place to be, and it's open. You can be whatever you want to be. You can be a pirate, and I love the pirate orgs. There is nothing better than to have an organized pirate org that stops your ship and demands money. You know, I mean, that's full immersion. And I just think that SIG has come so far, and especially in 2025, they've put out not everything that they said they would, but enough.
yeah,
You know?
I believe it's getting better every build.
Yeah, I agree. Instead of regressing to the point where it's unplayable.
Yeah, I mean, they still have their stumbles, and they will, and that's
Sure.
But also with all the leaks that have been happening lately, I think they've begun to be a little less open with what they're working on and what's happening in the verse because they don't want to see all their work misrepresented, you know, and that's what happens when you get people in a vacuum chamber, right? You know, they see a feature that isn't finished, isn't fully developed, and they immediately jump to a conclusion that it's absolute crap and it's an unplayable train wreck and all that good garbage, you know, starts
Yeah,
going.
bring my baby home.
Well, I will, but you're not going to be, you're still going to have to claim it, or you're going to have to meet me somewhere. And well, you know what? I'll bring it back and land it in my hangar, and then you can fly away with it and go hang it in
You
yours.
should be able to land it in my oh no, it's got to be in your hangar.
Well, it's got to be in your hangar to matter. Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
the problem. But I'll bring it home to you.
Thank you.
And I think we'll wrap this part of this up with that closing idea, that we're coming home. Star Citizen is a home in many ways. And
Stay tuned for more of our adventures in the verse.
can't wait.